Hey peeps, how you all doing out there on the worldwide wonderful? Sister Elle is the academic gem here with you today to share some treasures. So today, getting ready for Uranus to come into Taurus pretty soon. In the next few days, give it all a bit of a shake up for us Taurians out here. So I thought I'd have a glimpse at my little book here. One of my teacher students, as we all are with each other, Astrological Magic. I thought I'd have a look at that, but before that, I thought I would read what the Sun in Taurus actually represents. And also Mercury now too is in Taurus, and the Moon has just moved into Taurus, though the newness has not happened yet, as it's still traveling through the early degrees. And the new moon is at the later degrees. I think it's about 26 degrees, if I'm correct. So, how's it all going out there? So you can now catch me as the Academic Gem on Instagram. So I've opened up a page there now. Yippee! That's my newness for my Taurus new moon. So I just thought I'd read a little bit from my app, the time passages, on what the Sun in Taurus and the Moon in Taurus. And then I thought I'd read a little bit about the full moon phase and the balsamic phase, which we are currently in. Yeah, so here we go. Sun in Taurus. The Sun is the most visible and important planet of astrology at the level of physical life and symbolically represents ego and will. The Sun spends about 30 days in each sign, so that the cycle of the 12 signs defines our year. With Sun in Taurus, and especially in the beginning of this period, everyone has an increased focus on the material world. Even for non-nature lovers, with the maturing splendor of springtime all around them, they are in love with the beauty of their natural surroundings and take joy in sensual pleasures. Gardening becomes the craze. Taurus is patient. Through patience and perseverance, a solid sense of self-worth is the goal. And this leads to an increase in net worth. And Taurus also rules our values, what we find to be valuable. So this is why it comes under finance quite a bit. Okay, so now we're having a look at the moon in Taurus. So literally it's 0 degrees at this second. So the moon spends 2.5 days in each sign. With the moon in Taurus, feelings of security could manifest. Today, you and everyone around you will likely feel a strong need for maintaining the status quo. You are unlikely to ruffle any feathers as your instincts take on a more cautious approach. You are sensitively firm and unwavering, so this is a good time to handle any type of situation that has been emotionally volatile. I suppose you need patience and a little bit of guidance. At the same time, your extreme emotional fixity might cause you and others to be closed-minded and resistant to any type of change. They would say, oh, Taurians, they don't like change or any type of change. Oh, I love change, bring it on. I know it can be a little bit shaking, like wavering of the ground that you're standing on, with Taurus being an earth sign and the first earth sign at that. So it's very fixed, and but we do have earthquakes, don't we? And the earth moves at certain periods in time. Okay, so let's see what it says. Your mood is intimately connected to your physical senses today, and this might lead you to seek some type of physical pleasure. You could also feel more inclined towards domestic routines. While you are expressively sensuous at the same time, you remain emotionally faithful. With your instincts activated to build and produce something, you would do well to cultivate existing projects or complete something that sensitively gratifies your soul. And opening up the Academic Gems channel and my Instagram has been gratifying my soul. So I think the rumbles of Uranus coming into Taurus has made a few changes already, made its appearance in certain areas. Okay, and also Mercury's in Taurus, so I'd like to read what Mercury is saying at this time to us. Mercury represents mind and is a quick-moving planet that spends only 2 or 3 weeks in a sign unless retrograde. We've just had a retrograde, so we've come out of retrograde period now, and we're going forward with Mercury. With Mercury in Taurus, there may well be an increased ability to ground ideas in reality. Everyone is likely to spend more time thinking about their finances and how to maximize resources and talents. You may find that your thought process is slower now, but also more determined. That's right, Taureans are in it usually for the long haul in projects that they start. They just take their time and plod along slowly and hopefully get to the finish line, or whatever it is that they're aiming for. So that's the current planets that we have at a specific time. And right now, like I was saying, we're in the Bolsonic phase, so this is like the last phase, the last sliver before the moon turns dark and turns new, and gets into the living room with the sun, and they have a bit of a chat, maybe in a cafe, depends whatever area, but they're together at home having a bit of a chat. So let's see what the planets that I was going to look at also was Uranus, and then I'll look at the Bolsonic and the new moon. Yeah, so it's great being on this journey of learning about what is surrounding us at this time. So here's Uranus. Uranus is the 7th planet from the Sun and is known as one of the ice giants, along with Jupiter, Saturn and Neptune. This is because its atmosphere contains a high proportion of ices such as water, ammonia and methane, and partly because it is the coldest planetary atmosphere in the solar system. Ooh, we need a few jumpers for that, eh? Okay, let's see. With minimum temperature of around negative 371 degrees Fahrenheit, it is named after the ancient Greek deity of the sky, the father of Cronus, Saturn, and grandfather of Zeus, Jupiter. However, it has been argued that Uranus finds more mythological relevance in Prometheus. So like the stories of Prometheus, and you can go and look them up. So they're like myths, aren't they? Myths from the past. So the astrological Uranus rules Aquarius and is exalted in Scorpio. So when the planet is exalted, it's like they're on holiday, five-star treatment, babes. So we have Jupiter in Scorpio right now. So I think Jupiter and Uranus will be having a bit of a chat, and Jupiter being there in Scorpio, it's digging to the depths, it's digging out the treasures, it's digging out the gems, literally, and bringing them to surface and using them now in this role to speak with Uranus. Okay, so the astrological Uranus rules Aquarius and is exalted in Scorpio. It is known as the planet of freedom and revolutionary vision, the urge for change, and the ability to visualize new possibilities. Jeff Green has referred to this energy quite appropriately as freedom from the known. In its astrological symbolism, Uranus typically defies tradition and embraces change and originality. It is also associated with the coming age of Aquarius and rules the internet, mental studies, technology, electricity, and astrology. Its position in your chart indicates the area of originality and freedom from conventional thinking in life. So like wherever Aquarius is in your chart, look it up, and then you can see how you can be very innovative, or how you have been living in that realm of it, and how it's going to be highlighted now in a more physical way due to it being within an earth sign. So that's what Uranus, the planet Uranus, represent. So I'll now look at the moon and the moon phases. And right now we have a Bolsonic moon in Taurus. So this is what a Bolsonic moon represents. In this phase, the moon is waning and halfway between last quarter and new moon. In the planting cycle, this is the time of the maturation of the seed, while the rest of the plant dies away. All the energy of the plant becomes concentrated in the seed, being prepared for the next cycle. Right. In the seasonal progression, this phase corresponds to Halloween, midway between the fall equinox and the winter solstice, when the veil between the worlds is thin and the ghosts of the dead walk the earth. Ooh. During this phase, you are very focused on a barely perceived distant reality and may feel somewhat alienated from the existing structure of society. Like the dying plant, you are sharing the knowledge distilled from the experience of the past in an effort to bring that encapsulated essence forward into the emerging new form. You feel a sense of mission in helping to prepare the way for something novel to emerge, even though what that new social structure will look like when it arrives may never be clearly discernible to you. You need to be able to strike out on your own to shake off the remnants of the dead past and to trumpet out your message as a chanticleer for the coming new dawn. So that's the phase of the balsamic moon that we're currently in. And now I will read what the new moon says. So for the new moon. In this phase, the moon and the sun are conjunct and in the same sign, so the conjunction means that they have the same degree. This phase represents the very beginning of the planting cycle, when the seed sends forth its tender shoots while still underground. This is a tentative moment, with the outcome still very much in doubt. This phase also corresponds to the winter solstice in the cycle of the seasons. During this phase, the world is yours to make your mark on. You tend to be subjective, even self-centered in your approach. You feel that the rules other people make for you are not for you. You make your own rules, appropriate to the present moment. For example, you may question why it needs to be done a certain way and won't be satisfied with the answer that it's how we've always done it. So change happens regardless of how we want to stick with our old ways. New ways come, and this is a new moon's come, and the earth represents like a newness that can spring forward in our life. So I thought I'd share that, some academic gems right there on the planets. And I thought also I'd pull a card for the new moon in the sign of Taurus. And I thought I would use my Sacred Traveller Oracle deck. Hey, how you all doing? Yeah, so we're getting into the fullness of spring and having some more May showers, following on from the April showers, and bringing more splendour to the greenness of life, and the garden's very happy for that right now. Yes, and the birds, I'm sure. And the rivers and the seas. Yes, it's all water up. Okay, so let's pull a card for how we will be envisioning, maybe how we will be vibrating for all of the signs that we've just read about, for the sun and the moon and Mercury in Taurus. So this is how we express ourselves verbally. And also for Uranus moving into Taurus, one of the giant planets, bringing a great change. When Uranus was last in Taurus, it was sometime in the 30s, so it was just pre-war, and so the Earth had a bit of a shake-up with the wars that were happening currently at the time, because the First World War, getting ready for that, right? Okay, so let's pull a card. Oh, the reason I was talking about that is because usually a signature entrance is proclaimed dun, 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 when a planet enters a new sign. And with planets like Uranus being outer planets, they have quite a bit of whack, even though they're distant, and because they're quite large planets, so they have an effect on the ripple of the Earth, so to speak. Okay, let's get pulling a card for each of the signs. And we're going to start with Taurus, since it's your moon. Since it's your new moon. Change anything you like. It's your new moon. Okay, let's pull a card for Taurus. Thank you, cards. Do a card for all these aspects that we are living with at this precise second. This one appears to be turning over. Surrendering to the journey. Release control. There you go, Taurus. Go with the flow a little bit. Got to bend and flex. Release control, go with the flow. And that's the cover of the book, isn't it? Yes. There you go, all you Taurians, well done. And now Gemini, let's see what's happening with you at this time. And see what energy is sending forth to you. Yeah. Let's get a bit of a seat. Bit of a seat. Gonna get me eye fixed soon, don't worry, babes. Gonna get me eye fixed soon. Oops. A few cards there. Let's see, we have 2 cards here for Gemini. That's the twins. One's the right way around and one's upside down. Okay. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Oh, so maybe you're feeling a bit lost in that unknown territory of the new moon coming in at your 12th house. Have no fear. You're safe always, even in unknown territory. And you had rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. However, it was in the reverse there, Gemini. So get those 2 twinnies balanced. Okay. And you have fun with that. Now we have Cancer. Cancer. Let's see what energies are coming for you, or being with you, or being shone on you at this time. Okay. Yeah. I love learning. It's good to learn. We always learn and grow, don't we? No matter what age, size. There's always something new out there. And this looks like it's for you, Cancer. Grounding. Go deep. Explore your roots. There you go, Cancer. You explore your roots at this new time. Sending forth shoots into the ground. Yes, that's right. Oops, and here we go, Leo. And you have cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. Oh, amazing. There you go. You Leos. Cleansing water for you. Now we have Virgos. Let's see what the new moon energy brings for you, Virgos. How are you all doing? Yes. See what the new moon has for Virgo. This change of Uranus. Okay, in this card. Miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge. And it surely will. There you go, Virgo. And now we have Libra. How's it going for you, all Libraites? Little Libraite buddies out there on the block. Okay, Libra, okay. And begin now. Take your first step. Oh, so the new moon has something awaiting you. Begin now. Amazing. Okay, after Libra we have Scorpios. The Scorpios, let's see what the energy is saying. Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. Oh, there you go, Scorps. Strong beyond measure. So the other creature used to represent Scorpio is an eagle sometimes. It's not just the Scorpio. It has 2 representations of an eagle and a scorpion. Okay, Sagittarius, how's it going? Let's get a card for you, see what the energies are saying. Oops, here's one for you. And it says, taking shelter. The answers are within. Yeah, a lot of our answers usually are. However, it's good to relate and mirror off from each other. So there you go, Sagittarius, that's for you. And now we have Capricorns. How are you doing, Caps and Capasses? Doing good? Excellent. Pretty clear evening tonight. And we have vast vistas, expand your horizons. Here you go, Capricorn. You have Mars in your sign right now. Must be giving you some extra drive. Yeah, to explore new territories. Vast vista, expand your horizons. And Aquarius. Let's see what message we have for you from the Oracle. That's right. So Aquarians, you're getting ready for your ingress into Taurus. Ooh. Get to know a few Taurians on the way, huh? Okay. Let's see which card wants to come out. Journey by Moonlight. Believe in magic. Oh wow, didn't Taurus get this also? Is it Taurus? I think so, one of the earlier signs. Believe in magic. There you go. So two of you can believe in magic together, it seems. Okay, there you go, Aquarius. Right, we have our Pisces now. Okay, Pisces, let's see what we have for you this time. The delicious new moon. Taurus rules food, doesn't it? So get that grub out. Get that food out, babes. Okay, the card for you is finding sanctuary also. Opening to your spiritual source. So there you go, Pisces. Okay, and last but not the least on this spinning wheel, we have Aries. Okay, and it says, in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. And there we go, Aries. Everything will be smooth sailing. For this little bit of time, you've already had Uranus pass through your sign, so I'm sure many things work their way of change into your consciousness, into your life pattern, into your style for the 7 years that Uranus was in your house of Aries. Okay, and the card I have for all of us, let's see, for this Taurus new moon and ingress of Uranus into Taurus. Let's see, okay, and here's a card. Watching clouds, lie back, rest and relax. And it's a beautiful spring time to be doing such things. Once you've cleared out a little space for yourself. Feeling grounded, feeling the earth. Feeling Mother Nature right there with us. Father Sky, as they say. As I say, as we say. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing those gems here with me as the Academic Gem. And remember, you can find me on Instagram as the Academic Gem. And I'll be back with a few more lessons. I'll be learning myself too. Oops, I almost forgot my astro magic. 1 second. Not so quick, Academic Gem. Okay, let's see what the astro magic says for Uranus. I thought it was quite interesting actually. So, I'm just going to read the planet of Uranus and Jupiter. Okay, let's see. Get my googs on. It always can help a little bit. Okay, so Uranus. Okay. Uranus is the high octave of Mercury, and so all those Mercury things also have an affinity for Uranus. But Uranus is also electric, literally. Uranus rules electricity and electromagnetic communication. The chaos of Uranus is the pure chaotic expression. It is the chaos of true randomness. It is explosion and anarchy and revolution and new, strange and radical ideas. Uranus is sudden insights which come from the blue and are not necessarily provable by linear logic. Uranus corresponds to the Tower card, trump 16 of the tarot. In magic, Uranus does not rule a magical house or sign. It rules Aquarius and the 11th house, but it is manifest in the magical energy constructs that go out and make manifest the magical practitioner's will and workings. Mars is tangible energy, fire and the like, but Uranus is intangible energy. It is the bolt from the blue, which can strike without warning. Uranus electrifies whatever planet it aspects and whatever house it is in. In transits, Uranus can cause sudden unexpected changes, but whatever Uranus takes away, it gives back twofold. It can cause explosions and upsets. Uranus energy is not easily controllable in intensity, but it can be shaped and directed like a lightning bolt. Once discharged, it has to build up again to discharge level. Uranus is the sudden enlightenment of genius, the urge for anarchy and social change, democracy and the voice of the people, the political power of groups and activities, the energy built up in a working coven, the Industrial Revolution and the coming of progress, science fiction, and the future. Wow, that was amazing, right? So that's amazing. That's Uranus according to astrological magic. And then I thought I would read Jupiter. The greater benefic expresses the principles of expansion and increase. Jupiter also deals with philosophy and higher thought. Mercury is the thoughts themselves and how the mind works. Jupiter is what is contained in the mind. Jupiter signifies religion and persons of the cloth. Jupiter also rules the laws, courts and judges. Kempton calls Jupiter merciful, which sums up a lot of what he is about. Jupiter is considered male or yang in nature, but is not a planet which signifies male in general, as the Sun or Mars do. Jupiter may pertain to men's mysteries, but that could also be said of the Sun and Mars. Jupiter expands men's waistlines. Jupiter can also be pompous and superior. Jupiter likes the grand gestures, going first class, philanthropy, conscious consumption. He classically rules physicians and the institutional medicine. Jupiter co-rules Pisces and has some magical influence. He likes big ritual, impressive ceremonies, ecclesiastical ranks, and hierarchy. Jupiter aspecting a magical planet will increase the planet's expression for good or for ill. It will incline to trust and optimism. Jupiter in magic can give the capacity for great learning and study. One possible manifestation is someone who reads and learns a lot about magic and ideas and philosophy of magic, yet not necessarily practicing magic. Jupiter just loves learning for learning's sake, and is great for learning and study. Faith and trust and hope and charity are also Jupiter's things. Jupiter is the god, the king of creation, master of all surveys, bestower of largeness and material benefits. Jupiter is ruler of established religion, in not comfortably expressed in pagan groups. Jupiter is religion, faith and grace, but Neptune is spirituality. So Jupiter's expression of religion is more of what Christians may seek nowadays. Blah, 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 blah. So it says Jupiter loves learning for learning's sake. And people say, why would you want to learn for learning's sake? Well, I think as human beings growing and developing, you want to switch on certain parts of yourself and switch off other parts, I would say, and learn to expand yourself in as many areas of yourself as you can. So, thank you for being with me today. On our first session has been the Academic Gem, teacher and the student at this time. And I hope to be with you again pretty soon. And we can look at other aspects of what's coming into our atmosphere, into our stratosphere, and the vibrations it will be sending forth to us as being part of the universal collective force. Okay, well, you all have a good time until we meet again. Okay.